Welcome back to Sutton Bourbon and Smoke. I'm Forrest.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Kevin.
Oh man, so today we are finally filming my top 5. And boy, was this a doozy. I think I sat in front of my bar cart for a couple hours. Really over a couple days trying to taste different things and figure out what I wanted. Did a couple blind tastings to get ready for this, but we're going to jump right into it. So,
And that's one thing, we are willing to put in the work, right?
yeah.
Well, and sometimes you just have to sit in front of the bar cart and just let it speak to you and move through you. And I think you've done that here.
Yeah, kind of like Step Brothers, right? It's the R&D, right? It's willing to put in the work there.
Exactly.
Man, and I wonder in 6 months as I continue to try new things if this is going to change. You know, but
Very well could.
man, I've been into bourbon for 2, maybe 3 years now.
Yeah.
You know, and this is kind of where my palate landed. So
Yeah.
I think I got a decent variety here.
That's. I was sitting here looking down at
I got
this
a
and
decent
thinking
variety
like there's not one thing in here that's like any of the others. I think that's really cool, and I think we're gonna see a wide range of products here.
Yeah, and again, it's your top 5 today.
Right.
Bingo.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get it started. So this one we actually blinded on camera. What was it? 2 weeks ago.
Did we?
You know, if you're watching this live, it'll be 3 weeks ago.
Sure.
That we blinded this, but this is the Maker's Mark Private Selection, the Kettle Corn. We got this at the Maker's Mark Distillery in September of 2022. Mm-hmm. So, man, and this bottle, obviously it's like wood finish. It's got different staves. You know, that makes the different profile. It's really what makes it different from 46. But when we went to Maker's Mark, it was really just because, you know, we thought that we were going to be able to dip bottles, and that was just something for our wives to do while we were on this bourbon trip that they didn't want to go on. So
Again, I can remember the tasting of that. Is we were in it because we didn't have a tour, but still, Maker's Mark's beautiful grounds, beautiful distillery.
Yeah.
You can, whether you have a tour or not, to be able to walk around, but to go in there, just up to where their bar was and just ask for some tastings. We just kind of picked, this one, and that one.
For sure.
Like I say, I remember Forrest lit up when he tasted that one. And I did as well. It's a beautiful pour.
The bartender in the tasting room was very helpful. Kind of like, you know, let us know what they had that was different, and this was just one of the ones at the time. And one thing at the time I said is like, hey, I don't want to taste anything that I can't go down and buy in your gift shop, right? And that was one thing I really appreciated about Maker's Mark versus some of the other distilleries we went to is they had quite a bit to choose from outside of their normal, you know,
stuff
baseline,
you see on the shelf.
You know, like stuff that you see on the shelf, right? So you can get some private selects like this. You can get the community batch, which I got it, you know, my house as well. But this one, it's very good. You know, it comes in at 110 proof or thereabouts. It's got like a butter corn. I'm not going to say sour milk.
Yeah, no, it tastes just like milk. It's just been old for too long.
Yeah. No, but it's definitely got like a butterscotch feel.
Sure,
you know, and like a cinnamon nutmeg finish, and it's smooth all the way through.
Absolutely.
I think they nailed it naming it the Kettle Corn. I think it's right on the money there.
Yeah, it's exactly it, because you get that sweetness on the front end, but that burst of peppercorn really.
Yeah, you get that taste of that butter. It does taste like that kettle corn. Yeah. Good pick.
Yeah. So this next one I have here, this is I think one of the first allocated bottles that I got my hands on. Right. And
you got this off the black market, right?
I did get this off the secondary market. Ashamed to say.
Sorry, that's what we're calling it now, the secondary market.
I did get it off the secondary market. I'm ashamed to say, but I paid I think right at $100 for this bottle. But
cool. So just over twice the price.
Yep, just over twice the price. This is the Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch. So, like Taylor alluded to, I think it's a $40 bottle, MSRP.
Oh yeah. And I'm drinking it right now. Yeah. I think it's a bargain at twice the price. I think it's amazing.
I did too.
This is my favorite pick of yours, I think.
Yeah, man. No, it's we've definitely been into it as well. But if you're familiar with the Buffalo Trace products, this is a mash bill 1 product.
Yep.
Colonel E.H. Taylor, small batch, bottled in bond. So it's 100 proof. It's at least 4 years old. There's no age statement on it. I've done a little bit of research, and we've tasted it, and I think we agree it's probably around 6 to 7 years old or something like that. So, but definitely one of my favorites. I feel like I'm having to nurse that one because
it's really good.
It's a tough one to get a hold of around here. But
Sure.
I mean, we got some local lotteries coming up here in North Carolina. Hopefully, we can score a little bit.
Yeah,
we can score a little bit. So,
and again, from our trip to Kentucky last year, H. Taylor's his original distillery is now being run by Castle and Key, so you can actually go to the site.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a great job when he initially built that. It's a limestone castle there, nice little fountain and spring where the water was. It's a great tour, and again.
I mean, the location's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right there along the river.
Right. And again, to link it back to E.H. Taylor,
When
Castle and Key, they got some big shoes to fill as far as bourbon making.
Right. Some of their other
spirit
other spirits were pretty good. Their bourbon's still fairly young. They got a little bit of work to do.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Their gin's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're into that, clear spirits.
This E.H. Taylor's one that I did a short on, a month or two back at this point.
Oh yeah, versus the Eagle Rare there.
Yes, that's right. And I tell you what, I mean, as far as when you talk about your traditional and your quintessential bourbon flavors, I mean, I think this has got every single one of those.
Oh yeah.
Just cranked up really high. I mean, that is a bourbony bourbon.
Yeah.
And just delicious. Like I said, I think it might be my favorite of your picks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It could go neck and neck with the next one up if you're ready for this.
Well, I mean, just talking about the flavor profile before we move on.
Sure.
For those of you guys that haven't had the pleasure of having this on the nose, I get like a citrus orange peel that's very heavy, and then like a dark red fruit, and then as you get into the palate. That's where it starts to get a little bit sweeter. You do say it's that red fruit again. You do get that citrus, but
there's some brown sugar there. I'm getting right on there.
100%, 100%. And then to me, if I had to describe it, it'd be like a orange cinnamon roll. Like with the
orange cream icing.
The orange cream icing. Yeah,
oh, man,
that's how I would describe some of the flavors before you get the oak finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna have to raise my hand here. I'm salivating now because I haven't tasted it again today, and my golly,
empty glass as well.
Yeah.
You just polished off one. We might have a video on in a little bit.
Yeah.
While he's pouring, I want to take a quick minute to just remind you guys we are going back to Kentucky in September without the wives, and we are going to try a lot of things and do a lot more tours, a lot more more tastings.
Yeah.
And hopefully come back with a really good haul that we can show you when we get
100%.
back. But we'll be documenting that trip. It's going to be a ton of fun. Hang around in September. We're going to be dropping those videos. It'll be really fun.
Man, and let us know what you want to see. I mean, let us know what stores we should stop into, that aren't going to gouge the crap out of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Give us your friendly Kentucky recommendations, stores we need to go to, things you want to see on this trip, because we are just, we're here to serve you. Dear viewers. Let's get into number 3 here. You want to?
Yeah, man. So this next one on the list, this is the first. Yeah, this is the first non-bourbon.
Ooh, so it's a Burra.
Yeah, this is a Burra. So, man, we were just taking a look at it, but it's 13-year-old bourbon.
8 and 9-year-old rye.
8 and 9-year-old rye, finished in rye cask.
This
is the Wild Turkey Master's Keep Unforgotten.
Yes.
So,
how'd you come across this one?
So, actually had a grand opening at one of the ABC stores here in North Carolina.
Yep.
Right.
That's right.
We waited out in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were prepared. I was in a shorts and t-shirt and soaked.
Yes.
But it was fun. I got this.
We'd do it again.
I would 100% do it again. 100% do it again.
You came out with the cigar blend that was on your top 5. I came out with that Weller Full Proof that was on my top 5.
100%.
And then here we are, our third one from that day.
Yeah.
On another top 5.
Yeah. So this one actually surprised me that it even made it in my top 5 because I have not acquired a taste for rye whiskey yet.
Sure.
I think the first rye whiskey that I really liked was that Old Forester cask strength rye. You know,
that
that's
single barrel.
That's
Oh, so
phenomenal.
good.
I mean, we got to do a review on that at some point.
Absolutely.
But this one is very good because you got all the bourbon flavors.
Yep.
But for it to be a blend of 13-year-old bourbon and 8 and 9-year-old rye finished in rye cask, surprisingly, it's not rye forward.
No, not at all. You get
Yeah.
a little bit of that spice, I think, more on the back end for me. But up front, you get that really good, well-aged bourbon.
Yeah.
You're getting some of that oakiness, and you can tell it's a little bit older. But it does. It hits you on the back end with some of that rye spice that you're used to. And I think it's perfect for people like you that haven't
For
really
sure.
acquired the taste.
For sure. Yeah.
But still, want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Kevin, you've had some of this?
Yeah. Wild Turkey, as I represent the older crowd, right? When you talk about
Sure.
Wild Turkey, right? You talk about the basic Wild Turkey that people drank years ago, and in college and things like that, and that's what people think about when they think about Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey does some incredible things, right, with their products. Yeah, this, and again, when we were on this at that Cheryl's Ford opening of ABC, when I saw that one was still there, I started jumping up and down in line because I was
Because you
I
already
was
taken the
ahead.
cigar blend. You
I
taken
got
your
the
one.
cigar blend, but I was like, oh my golly, they still got this one there. I mean, this one's hard to get. This is the rare one.
100% it is.
And
Comes
for
in a
that to have
box.
still been
Yeah.
there, and we're probably 250, 300 back in line there.
Yep.
Incredible. But yeah, incredible flavors. And like I say, Wild Turkey does some, they make some really good products, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
I think that's the fun part for me. We came back that day to the house, and you had some friends over, and we said, oh, try some of this stuff with us. Try this Wild Turkey. And what's his name? We said, oh, Wild Turkey.
Yeah.
What's Wild Turkey done good? We're like, they do a lot of stuff good,
Absolutely.
including this Master's Keep. It's going to blow you out of the blow your mind, and it did. He loved it.
Yeah, the Russells did a nice job with that one.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a master's keep for a reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What we got next there, Kevin?
Well, I may say that this one here, it is a bourbon, double oak bourbon.
Sure.
It is probably my favorite right now. If I had to label one of these as number one, man, and
Wow.
I know.
Ranking 'em, okay.
This Peerless double oak product, oh man, it's phenomenal. It's probably got one of the best nose and mouth feels. And then it's oily but creamy at the same time. The nose is a whirlwind of caramel and maple syrup and cinnamon. It's just, I don't know. And then you actually get into the palate, and it's like drinking syrup, And you would think, because most double oaks for me anyway, they're a little bit chewy.
Sure. Yeah.
This one is not chewy. It's got great viscosity. It's about my bottle at. This is actually Kevin's bottle, but my bottle at home is starting to look similar to this, and I've been the only one drinking on it.
Yeah.
Well, you got my mouth watering, so.
Yeah. Get you some of that.
Yeah.
Get you some of that.
And as we've gone down the road there, talking about the distilleries, again, when we were at Peerless there in Louisville, I mean, probably some of the friendliest people we met, and everybody in Louisville, like for the most part. I mean, we had a great experience. We'll definitely be going back to Peerless.
100%.
Oh, 100%.
Right, when we were there, their tasting room was like a week or 2 weeks away from being from opening, and we didn't have a tour there, but really great. I mean, the guy there was just went way out of his way, showing us around and tell us.
Yeah.
And like I said, this one we were in Southern Spirits and drove all the way across Charlotte because we're looking for. We
heard about it in the local Snapchat group.
Yeah.
For bourbon hunters, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
And so we made a beeline straight from Southern Spirits after that, and picked that up. We picked up 10 bottles that day.
Yeah.
Man, that was a haul.
Yeah.
That was a haul.
And actually,
Yes.
around that bottle, there were, I don't know, there were 2 or 3 guys from the UK. They were looking at it and they were like, "Oh, I'm not going to pay that much." And they were talking about the price, and I was looking at it, I was like, I mean, it's $90, but it's worth.
Worth every penny, I think. Yeah.
That's a worthy bottle there.
Absolutely. And I didn't go with them on the last trip to Kentucky, so we're going back. We've been talking about it and planning and everything. And I said, yeah, Kentucky Peerless is absolutely one of the places we want to hit when we're back because I want to experience that. So
For sure. You know, and like I say, this is a tougher one to find, but if you were going to pick one up, I mean, the Peerless that you'll find on the shelf, at least here in North Carolina, is still very, very good.
Sure.
It's got a similar mouthfeel to this one. It's just not turned up to 11. I think it comes in at a 108 proof. Yeah, 108.4. So.
And I'll go a step further. If you want to get punched in the face by rye, their Peerless rye is delicious, but it will put you on your butt. That is some rye spice to the max. It's awesome.
All right, you want to jump into number 5 here?
Yeah, let's finish her off.
Number 5.
All right. Go with, again, when you talk about my beginnings of bourbon, it's Jack Daniels, right?
Yeah.
Old Jack Black number 7.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the single barrel select, and
man, I'm a huge fan of the Jack Daniels whiskey.
You've been crushing on the Tennessee whiskey recently, right?
Yeah, crushing on the Tennessee whiskey. But I picked up this, man, just by happenstance. I mean, Kevin was starting to get into bourbon, and I was trying to find something to get him for Christmas, and I was like, you know, this was on the shelf. It was limited here at North Carolina ABC anyway, and so I was like, oh, this might be a good pick, and I think we cracked the bottle open at your house, you know, sitting around the fireplace there, and you know, like I say, it's still one of the best pours that I've had. You know, really belongs to my top 5 here. But believe it or not, for it not being a bourbon and being distilled in Tennessee, it is a Brown Forman product. I get Old Forester vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you see that through a lot of the Jack Daniels products. You'll get a little bit of that almost banana runts kind of. That typical Brown Forman flavor.
Yeah.
And it comes through on that too, for sure.
For that one, for me, it's like a banana nut bread with maple syrup on top.
Yep.
You know, it's fantastic. So. For those of you guys that are hating because Jack Daniels isn't bourbon, it's Tennessee whiskey, you know, you're missing out. You really are.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, man, and I was actually really impressed. It's not here today, but for $33, the Jack Daniels Bonded.
That's right. You've been telling me about it. You've been all over that Bonded recently,
man, that's
right?
like banana pudding with a tobacco finish. I mean, but
I think we're getting a good sense of your palate. You like a good sweet whiskey.
I do like a sweet whiskey.
I do like a sweet whiskey. That Velvet Shortcake. From Penelope, that Southern Spirits pick that you had, that's a very sweet one.
Yeah, that's an honorable mention for me. I don't have it here today, but it was tough, you know, trying to get it edged in here. But
and generally, I mean, and again, they're barrel select, so it's barrel by barrel, but they're going to be between 120 and 130, could go 130 plus, and proof.
And warm you
and
up.
Definitely, they drink warm, but they don't. I mean, they're not a burner or whatever. I mean, they're great. You definitely.
You got to be ready for it though.
Yeah, you definitely get that warm hug on that, but
you got to be ready for it, man. But I'm sipping on this double oak right now. It is fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's delicious.
Fantastic, but
I'm looking for a couple things here. Your proofs fall, these 4 all between 100 and 109. And
that's a 127, I believe.
Yeah, 129. So
129. Okay.
So we've got these all in 100 to 110 proof, roughly, and then 130 proof. So, and I think that's kind of consistent through the rest of us. I think we all love that 100 to 110 range, and then we like to splurge on a nice high proofer.
Yeah. No, if we had a top 10, I feel like I could have fit some other products in here, and you know, Booker's would have made it in here.
Oh yeah.
You know, that was tough. You know, to decide on. You know, the Calumet 15, that would have made it in here. You know,
about that Larceny Barrel Proof? You like that?
Oh man,
would that have gone close?
That B522, that would have made it in here. I was sipping on that this week.
What about the Elijah Craig's, the Toasted Barrel? The other,
Toasted Barrel would have made it in. You know, like I say, it was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
Looking at everything there, but Taylor, you're right. You know, as far as my proof, where I prefer to drink bourbon or whiskey, it's right there between 100 and 110 for me.
Yeah.
So I feel like you get the most flavor, but you're not blowing your taste buds out. You know, you can still bounce around to different bourbons and enjoy them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can drink them all night long until you fall asleep.
Right. Yeah.
Well, hey, let us know what you think. Let us know what you would put in your top 5.
Yeah. As always, the best way to support the channel is to like and subscribe to our
100%.
videos.
Yeah.
We really appreciate all the love we've gotten recently. And as always, we want you to drink responsibly. Have a good time. Cheers.
See you on
Cheers.
Tuesday.